Hey students, this is lesson 11.3, surface area of pyramids and cones. We're going to learn how to find the surface area of a pyramid and cone. One thing to keep in mind is it's very similar to finding the surface area of prisms and cylinders. So the things you learned in the last lesson you can almost apply in this lesson. So go ahead and do the review here and you can check back with your answers. One new word from vocabulary, slant height. Make sure you look closely at what that means. A lot of students will get that confused with the height, which is different. Okay? All right. So we're going to find the surface area of pyramids and cones. Here's an important concept. The lateral area of a regular pyramid is half the product of the perimeter of the base and the slant height L. And think about that. It's because when we're doing a cylinder, you would just take the perimeter times the height. Here we are actually slanting it in, so we have half of the area that we used to have. So it kind of makes sense. In a square pyramid with base side S, P is equal to 4 times S. If the base of a regular pyramid has a perimeter of 6Q and the side length is 6 and the pyramid has Q sides. And the formulas we're going to use for the lateral area of a pyramid, 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. And then the surface area, we just have to add 1 base to that. So, finding the surface area of a pyramid here. So we're going to say the surface area is equal to, again, the lateral area plus 1 base. And in this case, the lateral area is just half the perimeter times the slant height. And then the base is just going to be the side squared. All right, so the perimeter, we'll just put that over here quick, is just 8 times 4, because there's 4 sides, which is 32. All right, so we're going to do 1/2 times 32 times the slant height, which is 12, plus 8 squared for the base. And when we do that, we get 192 for the lateral area, plus 64 for the base area. Adding those together, we get 256 square centimeters. All right, I'll let you try that. All right, just if all we want is the lateral area, so our lateral area, that's going to equal 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. And the perimeter, in this case, is equal to 4 times 9, which is 36. So multiply that by 36. And then the slant height, in this case, we're going to have to figure that one out. And we'll do that right here. This line length is 4.5, half the base. And the slant height is right here. We'll call that x. And using Pythagorean's theorem, since this is a right angle, we will say that x squared, actually let's call it L since it's the slant height. We'll do, so this is L. So we'll do L squared is equal to 4.5 squared plus 8 squared. And so L is equal to the square root of 4.5 squared plus 8 squared, which is 84.25. And plugging that into the formula, and approximating that, we get about 165.2 square inches. All right, I'll let you try that. All right, finding the surface area of cones, it's really the same as pyramids, it's just that the perimeter of the base is now the circumference. So other than that, it's the same. And the base is pi r squared instead of whatever formula you would use before. So to find the surface area of a cone, you would add the lateral area plus the area of one base. And we can be a little more specific for that. The lateral area is 1/2 the circumference now times the slant height. And then the area of the base is pi r squared. So, to find the surface area of this cone, surface area is equal to 1/2 circumference times slant height plus pi r squared, which is 1/2. The circumference would just be the diameter times pi, which is 10 times pi. So let's put that here, 10 pi. And then the slant height, in this one, we're not given the slant height. So we have to calculate that, and the way we're going to do that is our slant height right here, L squared, is equal to the square. Actually, let's skip a step here. L is equal to the square root of 12 squared plus 5 squared. And that's equal to 169, which is 13. So our slant height is 13, so we can put that in there, plus pi times the radius squared. And if I simplify that, and we want this in terms of pi, so we're going to do 1/2 of 13 is 6.5 times 10 is 65 pi, plus, well, wait, we just wanted to find the lateral area, so I did a little bit extra work here. We don't need to add the area of one base, so we're done right there. In terms of pi, the lateral area is 65 pi. All right, I'll let you try that. All right, one more problem here. What is the lateral area of the ice cream cone shown? So, like if you had a paper cup that the cone went into, that would be the area of that cup, round to the nearest square centimeter. All right, so the lateral area again is 1/2 the circumference times the slant height, which is 1/2. The circumference is diameter times pi, so 12 times pi. And then the slant height is given as 12. And 1/2 of 12 is 6 times 12 is 72 pi. And if we approximate that to the nearest square centimeter, we get 113. Hope you caught that mistake. I used 12 for the diameter here. Should be 6. And that would change this to 36 pi. But my answer is the correct answer. All right. Go ahead, you try that. All right, go ahead and do the lesson check. And that's the end of the video. I'll see you tomorrow.